All right, guys. Look, I wasn't gonna talk about this once again because, in all honesty, it's one of those things that I just wanted to let die down because their podcast was well over a year ago, and I'll be honest with you, if I can keep some absolutely almost harmless attention away from Holloway, I probably will. I think the guy is great. I think he's a great dad. I think he's just overall he seems like he's a good human being, but Holloway recently came out with this whole little. Holloway basically came out with a response on all the drama that's going on because the whole story about him talking to Alessa while she was engaged is basically blowing up. And I just thought I'd give my 2 cents on this. Here we have Holloway literally saying that she was engaged for 5 years and just kept leaving him on red. And one of the biggest things here is that he does take accountability for it, as he considers himself to be in the wrong for doing this. But he then goes on to just sprinkle a little bit more to kind of make comedic value of it, or just let people let go of it. And I'll be honest with you, I think people would have let go of it if he hadn't made this statement. Holloway literally saying that if you can't defend Alessa's honor, then you're also a girlfriend, is kind of condescending to a lot of people. By all means, then that means that Bulk, Ilya, and Charles could have made a stake for Alessa as their girl. And I know that sounds really harsh, but like, brother, you did something you shouldn't have done, and you planted the seeds, like you said. Just own it, bro. Like, I think trying to do all of this different angles to not look as bad, it's only emphasizing the situation far more. He also talks about how she was already a professional surfer, and there's a lot of people that are in my comment section talking about how, dude, she was a professional surfer, like she doesn't care about Holloway's money. But it's not even about any of that because they don't talk about money. It's Holloway saying it. A lot of people assume it's about money, but Alessa and Holloway never did up until Holloway right now. It only makes it seem like Holloway knows exactly why people are saying the things that they're saying, specifically with Alessa being with him just based off of pure interest. Yeah, I gotta say, if after 5 years she didn't answer you and you continue to message and getting left on red, you kind of know what kind of person you are possibly dealing with. Only for her to find out that he's such a big deal and he already made it, and all of a sudden, she's showing you more interest. Now, I'll be honest, I did want to look into why she separated from her longtime fiance, but in all honesty, it's no real use diving into it. At the end of the day, one thing remains true, and that's that Holloway looks entirely bad in this situation, but for some reason, a lot of people already expect this from Alessa, and I'll be honest, it's a little unfair, but it's also understandable why people look at her in such light. Anyways, guys, that's all for me today. Goodbye.